So much urgency about that. It was ruthless. Just a wonderful, wonderful Liverpool performance, Trent.
One of our best of the season by far. I think as a team, and obviously the manager and the fans, we'll all be over the moon with that. I think we put in a world-class performance, probably one of our best of the season. So it's something to be proud of coming here after such a long time, and obviously without the fans, it was difficult. It was different, but we put in a performance to be proud of.
I was going to ask you about the Everton performance, because we've become so spoilt, haven't we? We expected Liverpool to be at full throttle, and you expect that of yourselves as well. Did you speak after the game as to what you needed to improve on for this one tonight?
It was the intensity and the fluency in our game. We know as a team that it weren't there. We know that the rhythm weren't there in the game. We're not going to sit here and blame it on not playing for so many weeks, but that is obviously a factor. But yeah, we've shown today that we can get back into our rhythm, and putting a performance like this is something to be proud of. And I think we've probably set a little bit of a statement in terms of the quality of performance behind closed doors. Is probably one of the best that people have probably ever seen.
Not many people do that to Crystal Palace, and it probably flattered them in truth, didn't it? You had 4 or 5 really good chances before you actually opened the scoring.
Yeah, I think obviously we spoke before the game that they'd done 4 on the bounce before and after the lockdown and stuff, so they were in good form coming into today, and we knew it was going to be difficult, I think, but as a team we showed the quality that we've got, and obviously with the subs coming on as well, everyone involved, it was a yeah, it's hard to point out what went wrong. Probably maybe score a few more, who knows, but we've got to be proud of what we've done today, but obviously focus on the next game.
30th Premier League goal involvement, that one, the free kick that you scored, which is an incredible record for a lad so young. But tell us about when the free kick is given and when you strike the ball. Do you know it's in straight away?
Obviously, without sounding too overly confident, a little bit. I think you know when you've struck it well and it's got a good chance, and then obviously you try and raise your head up as soon as possible to try and see if the keeper can get there, or if the wall can block it. But I think I had a couple on Sunday that I probably should have done a little bit better with. I think the second one that I had was similar to today, but the wall got a flick on it. So it was just about repeating that, and yeah, I was happy with the way I've struck it today, and happy to be involved in the goals again.
Was there anything in the celebration? You spoke about the fans not being here, but you celebrated that like you would do if this place was full and rocking.
That's the way we've got to see it. Obviously, we know the fans aren't here in terms of physically, but the presence are here. We know that they're watching the games. You know that they're all over the world tuning in. So it was one of them where I've tried to keep it as realistic as possible, and yeah, obviously I don't score too many, so it was pure excitement at the time, and it's just natural to just run away and celebrate like that.
I can ask you about any of the players out there because they were all 10 out of 10 tonight, but the lad that come on for you, Nico Williams, do you see anything in him that you recognise from maybe when you were first coming through?
Just an eagerness to learn and improve every single day. I think you can see him improve and picking up little things every day, likewise with all the young lads, and I think there's no better place for young players to be than at Liverpool, to be given the chances that they're given like today, and to be given the opportunity to be able to train with such world-class players and be against world-class players is only going to make you better and prepare you for days like this. So yeah, I was over the moon with the way he's performed, and likewise with Harvey when he's come on as well. They've showed the quality and showed that when the gaffer's ready, that they'll be given the chance, and they deserve the chance as well.
You're nearly there now, just a couple of points to go. Of course you could win the trophy without kicking another football now. What about tomorrow night? Will any of you get together just in case?
I don't think so. Not that I know of so far, but I think Man City are in top form, so it'll be a tough job for Chelsea. We're not overly excited in terms of the results. I think we're just going to watch it as normal, and if things go well, then we'll celebrate a little bit. But at the end of the day, we've still got a job to do next week when we go there. Whether we're champions or not, we're still going to go there and try and win, and I think that's the way that we're thinking going into the last 7 games, and knowing that we can be champions soon is something that excites us. But it's an exciting time, and hopefully we'll be able to cross the line as soon as possible.
Sensational tonight, well done.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, great
Thank
night
you,
from
pal.
Trent Alexander-Arnold. Stephen is still with us. Dominic Matteo is still with us as well. Amazing to believe that this guy's still 20 years old, isn't he? He speaks with...
In certain games and he switches off. I think if he can get that right, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, because he's got absolutely everything.
I think we spoke a few times, Stephen, before the lockdown came, that he looked a little rusty, didn't he, Fabinho, when he came back from the injury? But it seems that maybe the break has actually done him a bit of good, whether he wasn't quite match fit, whether he wasn't quite firing on all cylinders, but he certainly looks a better player. Look towards the player he was at the end of last season.
I think when you're coming back from an ankle injury, it's always one of the most difficult ones to come back from. You're twisting, you're turning, especially the way he plays going into tackles. He's tenacious. And then I think he probably come back a little bit too early because he knew the importance of the games coming up. You don't want to miss them games. You also don't want to stay out the team for too long in case someone else in your position starts playing really well. And Jordan Henderson did that. And everyone was saying, we're not missing him. So all of a sudden he's thinking, I can't stay out of people's minds for too long. I want to get back in the manager's mind and stamp my authority back in the team. And he just come back a little bit too soon. But that break looks to me like he's done the world of good. I thought he was our best player against Everton. I thought he was really solid against them and then played excellent again tonight.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of things in the last few days, Dom, about how do Liverpool kick on next season once they've won the title. And comparing their bench to Manchester City's bench. But if you look at that midfield three that Jurgen likes to play, we would probably all say that tonight is his primary three of Henderson, Wijnaldum and Fabinho. Then you think behind that there's Naby Keita, there's James Milner who didn't play tonight, there's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain who can play in that area. It's not too bad in terms of selection dilemmas there, is there?
No, we've got lots of players and some good young players coming through as well, which I'm sure they'll try to get in and around the squad or around the team at some point. Yeah, we've got a great luxury of players, and what I think as well is these young players are learning off some of the best footballers in the world, all in different areas of the field. If you go through if you think about Virgil van Dijk, who's learning off him, Joe Gomez is learning off him, and you look at other players around the pitch. This is what you've got to do. This makes teams better. All wanting to be the best, all wanting to learn, all be willing to put them extra yards in on the football field. Practicing what Trent Alexander did. It's not something you just pick up and do. That's days and weeks of just him trying them shots, trying them curlers into the far corner, just like Beckham did, as you talked about. It's hard work, putting them hard yards in, putting the long hours in, and now he's reaping the benefits, and so are the other players. And Liverpool are going to really get the best of a load of young players at some point very soon, because I'm so excited about this crop of young players. And I think when you see them around the first team, there's a confidence coming with them as well now, which I don't usually see, but because Klopp's got everyone on side, it makes a massive difference.
Let's just finish off the goal scoring then, Stephen, and it wouldn't be a game against Crystal Palace without Sadio Mane scoring. That's 9 in 11 now against Palace for him. Wonderful ball from Mo Salah, and the star of Senegal did the rest to finish it off.
The first time pass from Salah is ridiculous. It's the pace that it comes into him, just opens his foot up perfectly, but it's the way to pass for Mane, not to break stride, to carry on onto, and then he's got the time, the composure to set himself. Often you think, don't give yourself too long because the keeper can get himself set, but he just knew what he wanted to do, and it's a great finish. And like Dom said earlier on, he was brilliant tonight, so sharp, and he's just getting better and better, and you keep on saying that about him, but the performances week in, week out just keep on getting stronger.
And it is home win number 20.
Everton were winners at Norwich, who I think we all agree have gone, and Liverpool tonight really have, you would have thought, finally wrapped it up. Norwich, Villa, Bournemouth, West Ham, the bottom four, three of them tied on 27 points, and it's only goal difference that separates them. Watford a point better off. Brighton will be thinking 2 wins. Saints, Newcastle, Burnley, Arsenal. Everton, Palace, Sheffield United, Spurs, top 6, Wolves and Manchester United both on 49, Chelsea on 51, so the race for 4th is on. Leicester City might be thinking need to be careful on 55, Manchester City 63 and Liverpool 80. You laugh as I say it. 86. Tomorrow night Saints play Arsenal. It's Burnley, Watford. Those two start at the same time. We've got them all covered, of course, And our second feature tomorrow night here on HD11, Chelsea Manchester City, 4K available as well.